Hello, my dear students. Today, my English grammar voice is presented by myself, Birajini Samantaray from Aryabhatta Career Academy. So, let us see what is the meaning of voice. It is a pattern of voice is a pattern of a verb. So let us see verb having 5 properties. So we will see verb has 5 properties. One is voice, second is mood, third is tense, fourth is person, fifth is number. So, voice is a pattern. In English grammar, voice is a pattern of verb. That means that a verb in English grammar having 5 properties, 5 elements. So one of the elements is voice. What are the 5 elements or 5 properties of verb in English grammar? First is voice, second is mood, third is tense, fourth is person, fifth is number. So my dear students, this voice is one pattern, one of the properties of a verb. So we will discuss today about voice. So let us see. Voice is, in English grammar, voice is divided into 2 parts. In English grammar, voice is divided into 2 parts. One is active voice, second is passive voice. So in English grammar, this particular one of the properties of verb, voice, is divided into 2 parts. One is called as active voice, another is called as a passive voice. So let us see what do you mean by active voice and what do you mean by in a sentence when the subject performs verb action is called as a active voice so we will see active voice in a sentence when the subject performs verb action is called as an active voice sentence. That means directly so what verb is taken the action directly that is performed by the subject, that is called as an active voice. In a sentence when the subject performs the verb action directly is called as an active voice sentence. So next, it is very clear and strong, clear and direct. Active voice is very strong, clear and direct by manner. So this active voice is very strong, clear and a direct by manner. Let us see what do we mean by passive voice. Passive voice. In a sentence, when the subject is acted upon or are done by the verb. So, here, what is the meaning of a passive voice? In a sentence, when the subject is acted upon, when the subject is acted upon, what the action or actions is or are done by the verb. So, it is active voice in a sentence when the subject performs the verb's action. It is very clear and a direct by manner. But in passive voice, in a sentence, when the subject is acted upon, what the action or actions is or are done by the verb indirectly. It is indirect by manner. Passive voice is PV, short form I am writing. PV is indirect by manner. So, you are very clear, my dear students, what I explained. So, passive voice is indirect by manner. It shows the subject of a sentence follows which activities or action are or is done by the verb. Let us see the voice change in English grammar. Voice change in English grammar. You may call it transformation of the sentences. You may call it a transformation of these sentences. So, one voice change is there in English grammar, and that voice change is taken as a transformation of the sentences. So, from active voice to passive voice, from active from the active voice to passive voice. Second is from the passive voice to active voice. So, there are two types of transformations are there. One is from if a sentence is in active voice, that will be changed into passive voice. Sometimes some sentences are in passive voice are changed into active voice. So, to this voice change is dependent upon tenses. The voice change procedure or process is dependent upon tenses. So, we came to know in a previous videos, we came to know 12 tenses. There are 12 tenses. But the voice changes taken place for 8 tenses. So, this transformation of these sentences from active voice to passive voice and from passive voice to active voice is dependent upon the tense, one of the properties of verb. So, there are, in the previous part we came to know directly 3 tenses, but it is divided and it is told as 12 tenses, and this voice change is taken place for only 8 tenses. So, these are done. One is do verb. It's simple. Present, simple tense, present, past and future, past and future. Be verb, progressive, or continuous, present and past. perfect, present, past and the future. So, if you will see, this voice sense is dependent upon mostly within these three verbs. That is the do verb, what we already completed, simple or indefinite form, that is present tense, past tense and future tense of simple tense, and continuous or progressive or imperfect form, that is be verb, that is present and past. The voice change is done for be verb, only present tense and in a past tense, not in the future. However, active voice and passive voice change of or transformation of the sentence is done in perfect tense, present tense in its present tense, past tense and future tense. That means here 3, here 2, here 3, total 8. So we came to know that it is the voice change is taken place for 8 tenses. So are you clear, my dear students? Let us see some basic formula of that particular simple tense, present tense. Today I will tell this. So let us see. Voice change for simple present tense. So here 2 types of a voice sense is there. In a sentence, if simple one subject and a verb is there is no need of a change of that subject. If there is only subject and verb forms the sentence if there are only subject and verb form the sentence in the simple present tense, there is no need to change this subject. In passive voice. It is point number 1. Point number 2. In this voice change for simple present tense, taken 3 words for active voice to passive voice. Active from active voice to passive voice. In a sentence, takes 3 verbs such as am, is, are. So, when we change one sentence from active voice to passive voice in a sentence, it takes 3 verbs, either are, is or are. Am is used for first person singular number. That means I. So, it is used for third person singular number. Example, he, she, this, that, likewise. Are is used for first person plural second person both singular and plural, you, and for the person plural number. So this, when in a simple present tense the voice change is taken place from active voice to passive voice. So there are three verbs are required: am, is, are. Am is used for first person singular number I. Is used for third person singular number he, she, this, that, etc. Are is used for first person plural number we, second person both singular and plural number you, and for the third person plural number they. So this is the format of the active voice and passive voice simple present tense. These are this formula. So let us see the examples. So active voice, passive voice. Examples: I eat, so according to formula, okay, first active voice to passive voice. Formula: subject plus is or am or are plus verb 3 plus object plus by subject plus is or am or are plus verb 3 plus by plus object or complement plus full stop. So if I examples again formula 2 active voice subject is changed as passive voice object and active voice object is changed into passive voice subject. So when active voice is there, active voice subject is changed into passive voice object. When a transformation of a sentence is taken place, active voice subject is becoming the object of a passive voice. The same thing in when a sentence is in active voice object is changed into passive voices subject. Means active voice object is changed into subject of the passive voice and active voice subject is changed into the object of the passive voice. These are the formulas of changing of or a transformation of voice change from active voice to passive voice. Formula number 3. If the sentence is based upon two words such as subject and verb, there is no need to change the subject, the form of so in third formula. If the sentence is based upon two words such as a subject and a verb, there is no need to change the form of the subject in a passive voice. In the passive voice. So, these are the formula. So, my dear students, you remember, and based upon these formulas, we will construct from active voice to passive voice transformation in my next video. So, follow my channel and subscribe it and give your opinion. Jai Hind.